Hey, first grade, how's everybody doing today? So today is going to be part 2 of our Unit 7 review. So yesterday we did part 1 and everybody's looking pretty good. Today we're going to move on to part 2. So I'm going to shrink myself into the corner. One of these corners, let's see. Oh, there I am. All right. So today, Grade 1, Unit 7 Review, Part 2. So what did we learn in this unit? Well, we learned about shapes. And I have 6 shapes on the screen. I'm going to point to a shape. I want to see if you can tell me the name of the shape. All right, here's my first shape. What is the name of this shape? Okay, I'm waiting for everybody to answer. Ah, yes, it's a triangle. Good, touch your nose if you said triangle. Good job. All right, now we go to the next shape. What do we call this shape? Well, if you said square, you are correct. Touch your ear. Good job. And how about this shape? It's probably the easiest ones. Yep, it's a circle. Good job. Pat your belly if you got it right. Oh, and now we're coming to some tougher ones. This blue one here. How many? Ooh, let's see. What's the name of that shape? Well, that is called a rhombus. A rhombus. Wow, if you got that one right, blink your eyes. If you didn't get it right, you better not be blinking. Oh, how about this shape here? Ooh, what do we call that shape? That is a rectangle. Rectangle. If you guessed rectangle, let's see. Stick your tongue out. Good job. And then the last one, the red shape. I wonder what we call that shape. Well, that is called a hexagon. Hexagon, if you guessed hexagon, jump up and down. Awesome job. Very good. Now, I have some words under here. I have the words defining attribute, non-defining attribute. Defining attribute means what makes it special, that every one of that shape share. So for instance, if I looked at my triangle, how many sides does it have? Because the number of sides is a defining attribute. In order to be a triangle, you must have 3 sides. So that's a defining attribute. Another defining attribute is corners. How many corners are on my triangle? 3 corners. So in order to be a triangle, you must have 3 sides and 3 corners. So we call that defining attributes. And that is true for most of my shapes. Let's look at the square. The square has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. But the other defining attribute for my square is that every side is equal. That makes a square special. Now this hexagon here has a defining attribute also. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. So a shape that has 6 sides and 6 corners is a hexagon. It's not a triangle. It's not a square. It's a hexagon. And that is a defining attribute. Now, I also have non-defining attributes. And something that doesn't really define a shape is its color. Because while my hexagons must have 6 sides and 6 corners, they can be any color. So if Mr. Enzi said to you, I have a shape in my hand and it's blue, you wouldn't know what that shape was. But if I said I had a shape in my hand and it has 6 sides and 6 corners, Everett would know that it's a hexagon. Ooh, I have a shape in my hand and it has stripes on it. Do you know what it is? No, any shape can have stripes. But if I had a shape in my hand that had 3 sides and 3 corners, Mason knows it's a triangle. So that's the difference between defining attributes and non-defining attributes. All right, and we also learned some addition. So we learned some doubles facts. 7 plus 7. What do you think the answer to that is? Doubles, all my doubles club members, 7 plus 7 is 14. Then we practiced addition facts where the missing number is the change. Start, change, end. I started with 4 and then I found more and now I have 10. 4 plus equals 10. Friends of 10 club members, 6 it is. But sometimes my missing number can be my start. Start, change, end. And the missing number's my start this time. Something plus 8 more equals 16. Well, let's see. 1 plus 8 is 9. 2 plus 8 is 10. 3 plus 8 is 11. 4 plus 8 is 12. 5 plus 8 is 13. 6 plus 8 is 14. 7 plus 8 is 15. I'm getting closer. 8 plus 8 is 16. It's a doubles fact. And sometimes my end is in a different place. So my end comes first, and my start and my change are just on the other side of the equal sign. So my problem is just 5 plus 3, 5 in the rock, 6, 7, 8. So my end just happens to come first the way that problem is written. All right, and then the other skill that we learned was telling time. And we learned that whenever it is o'clock, the minute hand, which is the big hand, stretches all the way up to the 12. And we write o'clock using 2 zeros because we're at the 0 minute mark. This little tick mark here, that's the 0 minute mark. And that's why we do o'clock as 2 zeros. And then if I wanted to make 8 o'clock, I look for the number 8, and up here it is. So my hour hand, which is short, it doesn't reach the 8. And then that becomes 8 o'clock. So let's try one more. Let's suppose I wanted 6 o'clock. Well, if it's o'clock, I know my minute hand is going right up to the 12. And since it's 6 o'clock, my hour hand, my shorter hand, has to go to the 6. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there. I'm going to make my center mark a little darker so that I can just see the difference between my hour hand and my minute hand. And then if I wanted to write 6 o'clock, I would start with my 6, 2 dots, separate my hour from my minute, and o'clock is 2 zeros. All right, my first grade mathematicians, here's what your job is going to be. In Seesaw, you're going to find some problems for you to practice. So the first couple problems are going to have to do with shapes. Circle the square. One of these shapes is a square. And then name at least one defining attribute of a square. What makes the square special? Okay. Then for number 2, you're going to circle the triangle and name at least one defining attribute of a triangle. What makes a triangle special? Tell me about how many sides and corners it has. And then there's an addition section where you're going to practice adding some numbers. And then the numbers, the answers sometimes, the missing numbers in different places. So you want to use your start, change, end strategy. And then the last problems are all about telling time. All right, my first grade mathematicians, it's time for you to get started on part 2 of the Unit 7 review. So head into that seesaw activity and get busy working. Have a great day. We'll see everybody real soon.